Wiley Public Library. I'm Miss Terry. I have with me my Zula bees this morning, Chelsea and Ann, who are social distancing and have their masks on for our protection. It's good to see everyone. I can't see you, but I know you can see me, and I hope you will join us this morning. We're going to have a little bit of fun, get out some of the wiggles, and just really have a great time. I do want to do a couple of commercials. One for Ready for K. And I know a lot of you are looking for literacy activities to engage your child. If you will text 701-38, text Zula, Z-U-L-A, to the number 701-38, you will be able to customize the type of text that you receive. They're all literacy-based activities that you can do with your child at home or in your own backyard or in the park or anything like that. They're customized just for what we're going through right now, so it's a really good service. So be sure to do that. It'll come up on your phone with facts and ideas and tips that you can use with your child. All right, let's get started. We always start our story times with a sign language song called Hello Friends. It goes, hello, friends, hello, friends, hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Let's do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, friends, hello, friends, hello, friends. It's time to say hello. All right, good job. Let's get started. Let's do clap, clap, clap your hands. Are you ready, Zulu bees? Here we go. Clap, clap, clap your hands as slowly as you can. Clap, clap, clap as quickly as you can. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers as slowly as you can. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers as quickly as you can. Roll, roll, roll your hands as slowly as you can. Roll, roll, roll your hands as quickly as you can. Rub, rub, rub your hands as slowly as you can. Rub, rub, rub your hands as quickly as you can. And then pound, pound, pound your fists as slowly as you can. Pound, pound, pound your fists as quickly as you can. Good job. Give yourself a round of applause. All right. Let's do Itsy Bitsy Spider. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Good job. All right, let's start with our first story this morning. And I do because we use Mr. John's music, Mr. John and Friends, if you go to his website online. But we use his music in almost every single one of our story times. MrJohnMusic.com is where you can go and purchase his music if you want to use it outside what you hear here at Storytime. So we always like to give him a shout out and a thank you to Mr. John. All right, my first story today is about feelings. Both of my books today are about feelings. Parents, I know a lot of you are struggling with behavior inside the home because we are having to social distance. But a lot of times that's emotions they just don't know how to express. So this morning we're going to do a couple of stories about feelings. The first one is My Many Colored Days by Dr. Seuss. Some days are yellow. Some days are blue. On different days, I'm different too. You'd be surprised how many ways I change on different colored days. On bright red days, how good it feels to be a horse and kick up my heels. On other days, I'm other things. On bright blue days, I flap my wings. Some days, of course, I feel sort of brown. When I feel slow and low, low down. Then comes a yellow day, and whee, I'm a busy, busy bee. Gray day, everything is gray. I watch, but nothing moves today. Then, all of a sudden, I'm a circus seal. On my orange days, that's how I feel. Green days, deep, deep in the sea, cool and quiet fish. That's me. On purple days, I'm sad. I groan. I drag my tail. I walk alone. But when my days are happy pink, it's great to jump and just not think. Then come my black days, mad and loud. I howl at every cloud. Then comes a mix-up day, and wham! I don't know what or who I am. But it all turns out all right, you see, and I go back to being me. The end. We all have those feelings, and it's okay. And it's okay to talk to mom and dad or sister or a relative in the family to really let them know how you are feeling. And a lot of times they can put it in words better with colors than the actual, words. But all right, Zulu Bees, come on up. Let's do. I think I'm going to do a Mr. Jim Gill song. All right. And this is one that we do occasionally that is called the Silly Dance Contest.
Now this is called the Silly Dance Contest, where the silliest dancer is always the best.
We're going to get crazy.
Yes, dance, dance, dance as soon as you please. When the music stops, then you freeze. Dance any way you want to. Dance any way you please. Dance any way you want to. But stop when I say freeze. Hold it, freeze. As quiet as you can. And get ready for the Silly Dance Contest round 2. Dance any way you want to. Dance any way you please. Dance any way you want to. But stop when I say freeze. Light a snack. Now if you look silly, you're doing great. And this time we're going to jump up and down as high as we can. Jump as high as you want to. Jump as high as you please. Jump as high as you want to. But stop when I say freeze. Some people breathe with a silly face. And this time, let's dance as fast as we can. Dance fast you want to, dance fast you please, dance fast you want to, stop when I say freeze. I told you that was fast.
which is called hurty feelings. A lot of times when we're inside too much and around a lot of our family members, we can get a little snippy with our family. And we hurt each other's feelings. This one is about those hurty feelings by Helen Lester. It's got some good big words we can work on. Fragility was a solid piece of work. When she walked, her world wobbled. In the hippo game, Sink to the Bottom, she was always the first to touch mud. Her strong jaws could munch a field of grass faster than any lawnmower. And she never cried when she stubbed one of her toes, or all 16. But if injured toes didn't bother Fragility, something else did. Injured feelings. Fragility was fragile. When someone said, "Fragility, you look so nice today," she would wail, "You hurt my feelings." Nice? Do you know what else is nice? Cupcakes are nice, so you're comparing me to a squishy cupcake. With all that, she would flop on the ground and weep. Or if someone would say, "Fragility, you have such wonderful, sturdy legs," she would wail, "You hurt my feelings." Sturdy legs? Do you know what else has sturdy legs? A piano has sturdy legs. Do you think I have piano legs? And flop she'd go, weeping. And if someone said, "Fragility, you have such cute little ears," she would wail, "You hurt my feelings." Cute little ears. Do you know what else has cute little ears? People have cute little ears. So you think I resemble a people? Flop. As time went by, the other hippos, fearing she would throw more fits, stopped speaking to Fragility, and she became a big, solid piece of loneliness. One afternoon, all the hippos decided to play a game of pickup soccer. Fragility had chomped on the field to perfection. She stood solidly in the goal, making save after save after save. All was going well until Rudy appeared. And Rudy had an appropriate name, for Rudy was extremely rude. "I'm going to eat your goal," he announced, "for my lunch." The hippos gasped in horror. "Step aside, big solid thing," Rudy bellowed at Fragility. "You're blocking me lunch." "I'm hungry and I don't have all day." Oh my. Fragility was frightened, but she was still a solid piece of work, the protector of the goal, and thus she stood her ground. So Rudy, who knew of Fragility's fragile feelings, decided to dissolve her with insults. "You," said Rudy with a smirk, "are very gray and pudgy." "Very gray and pudgy?" wailed Fragility. "Do you know what else is very gray and pudgy?" And the weeps took over and she couldn't finish her sentence. Rudy stomped his foot. "And there's no such thing as an L. And stop weeping on my lunch. And by the way, you've got legs like tree stumps." "Tree stumps?" wailed Fragility. "Do you know what else has legs like tree stumps? And elephant." The weeps took over and she couldn't finish her sentence. Rudy jumped up and down. "I'm I've never heard of an elf. And I repeat, stop weeping on me lunch. You're making it soggy. Have you noticed your ears are just plain weird? I'm weird-eared? Wailed Fragility. Do you know what else has weird ears? An elephant! Weeps and all, she finished her sentence. Elephant? Wondered Rudy. Seriously? Elephants have weird ears? He trotted over to the water tub and gazed at his reflection, and his big, floppy, weird ears, and his tree-stump legs, and his very gray, pudgy body. Then he trotted back, flopped in front of the goal, and wailed, "You hurt my feelings!" Seeing the big bully in such a state, Fragility couldn't help but to feel sorry for him. She brought wet washcloth to soothe his red eyes and tissues so he could blow his trunk. And then she cradled his head and cooed, "There, there, I know just how you feel." In time, Rudy calmed down, and he did not eat the hippo's goal. He said he'd be back soon to cheer them at their game. But first, I'm off for me lunch, a nice salad. As he lumbered away, Rudy called, "Fragility, you're a solid piece of work." "Solid piece of work?" she cried. "Do you know what?" And then she stopped short, smiled sweetly, and said, "Why, thank you." The end. I love that story. Ooh, okay, let's do some Mr. John songs this morning. But right before I do that, things look a little bit different this year, and even more so for summer reading. But fear not, summer reading will occur, and it's going to be awesome. Imagine Your Story is this year's theme, and it's kicking off in just a few weeks. So keep your eyes on our Facebook page, our website, and Instagram for updates and plans for our virtual summer reading challenge. We will have weekly performances, including story times, science activities for tweens, and crafts. So as they say, stay tuned for more information. All right, Zulabees, let's do some Mr. John.
Go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Where that bus stops, I don't know. Round and round, the wheels they go, taking me over town today. Wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. Wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. Where that bus stops, I don't know. Round and round the wheels they go, taking me over town today. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut, all through the town. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut, all through the town. Where that bus
Wednesday and Friday for story time. We will not have one on Memorial Day, so keep that in mind if you come looking for us a week from today. So we will have one on Wednesday and Friday. We also have other virtual programs. Go to our YouTube channel, which you can access online at our website. Thank you very much for being here. And always remember, Cedar Hill, we are strong. We are strong. Bye. See you next time. Woo!